there, third grade. Today we're going to be talking about something called perspective, and that's just how things look when they are far away, when they're at a distance, and it helps give depth to our artwork. So we know that this road is going far away and we know the mountains are in the distance. We are going to be talking about something called a 1-point perspective, and you will need a ruler, a pencil, a Sharpie to help you make that 1-point perspective. We're going to be colouring either with coloured pencils if you have, or crayon, and also watercolours. Okay, so we are ready to do our 1-point perspective. You're going to keep your paper portrait in front of you, and you're going to need your ruler and your pencil just to make some guidelines to help us draw. So you're going to start by making your paper into 4 grids like we've done before, four sections. So I'm going to just measure halfway, put a little dot, and I'm going to draw that line down. I'm going to draw very lightly because I probably erase, and then I'm going to measure down, get the halfway point, and do my line across. So now I've got those 4 sections just to help me lay out my drawing. So my vanishing point is going to be below the midline. I'm going to come down approximately an inch. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to eyeball that and come down to about there. And I'm going to make another very light line across. This point, not on the midline, this point on the lower line is my vanishing point. That's where my road is going to disappear. You're not going to see the road anymore. So I'm going to be bringing my road line out to around here, and then on the other side, just almost above the corner. So it's a straight line with my ruler right to the vanishing point, and then on this side, this one's a little bit high. It's not right at the corner, it's up a little bit. And it goes right to the vanishing point. So that is my road disappearing into the distance. Now I'm going to put the midline on the road. It's going to be a little bit over to this side. It's not going to be right in the middle because we're looking at the road from a different angle and it's disappearing. So I'm going to start at the vanishing point, and I'm coming about halfway between these 2 points. So let me make a little mark. And then a line right to the vanishing point. And it's a little thin line on the road, so it goes a little narrower as it goes away. It's wider here, narrower at that end. Okay, you see how it's wide here, narrow here, and it disappears. Okay, so now I think I can erase that middle line. It'll just help me see a little better. And now I'm going to be adding in my trees. So my trees go along the edge of my road, and we know that the trees that are close by are going to be the tallest or the biggest. They're going to get smaller as they go along. So I've chosen to make a very basic, I'm calling it my cloud tree. I make a little cloud and then a little trunk. If you have a different way of doing a tree, you can also do that. So same on the other side, my big cloud tree and a trunk. I only see half of the trunk. Now my next tree is going to be a little bit smaller. So my little cloud and the trunk. Now I can see both sides of the trunk. And on the other side. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going, making sure my trees get smaller as I go along. You're probably going to fit about 4, 5 maybe trees in. You're going to make them until you go to this line. And that helps with the perspective. It makes it look as if the road is going into the distance. Okay, so now I'm going to add my mountains. My road goes right through my mountains, so I'm just going to come right out to the edge on my midline, and I'm going to make a mountain kind of shape. I'm going to make two mountains. This one goes all the way down, and this one's behind it. That'll give more sense of depth as well. Okay, and I'll do the same on the other side. So starting here, and they don't need to be exactly the same. And one from the road. Maybe I'll do another peak of the mountain over there. Now, to make some sort of texture on the mountain, to make it look a bit more 3D, we're going to do a little line, and this part we're going to be shading. I'm going to do the same on that mountain. So these little parts we're shading on that part, on that part, and that one I'll leave. So I need to Sharpie everything before I continue, and then we'll get back to talk about the shading and the colouring. Okay, before I continue to do anything else, I'm going to erase all of my pencil lines. And I am ready to add some colour. Okay, for the trees I'm going to use coloured pencil. I have 3 different greens and 2 different browns. I just like to use different colours so they look a bit more realistic. The trees at the back, I'm going to start with a lighter green. Colours tend to be a little lighter as they go away from us. And then the trees coming further closer to us, I'm going to use both or all 3 colours sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to use watercolour for the rest. For the road, I'm just going to use my black watercolour, but watered down really well to make it look grey. Ooh, I've got a little bit of purple on there still, but I'll just give it a better wash. Okay, for your sky, you can do any colour you like. If you want to do a sunset sky or a blue sky, I think I'm going to go with a blue sky today. I'm just going to keep my brush strokes going horizontal, and I'm going to water my paint down quite a bit. Okay, for my mountains, I'm going to use a combination of purple and blue, but you could even add a little bit of green. You could add brown. Play around, see how it looks. Don't add too many colours at once though. Okay, I really like how my mountains turned out and I can't wait to see yours.